What's up Wednesday, everyone? In case we haven't met, my name is Josh Ratliff, and I lead the education team at Trifera, and today we're going to talk about 3 ideas for fostering collaboration in your classroom. Now, collaboration is something that we talk about all the time. We say it's important, but sometimes we don't have great ideas about how to do it or what it should look like when it's done well. So today we're going to solve that problem. I'm going to give you 3 ideas that you can think about while you're lesson planning. So number 1, look for opportunities to implement intentional design constraints. Now, every school that I've ever been a part of has limited resources. And sometimes we think about those limited resources as being a negative thing. Like, let's say we only have 1 or 2 robots and the whole class is supposed to engage in this coding activity. That can be seen as an unfortunate constraint, but I'm going to say that's an opportunity for students to work together and find ways to figure it out. You've probably all seen collaboration experiences where one student takes on the whole responsibility and other students just kind of tag along. Again, we're looking for opportunities to put intentional constraints around that by assigning jobs and assigning roles or forcing opportunities to share those resources. Those examples force our students to think about their learning experience within a community, and it forces them to collaborate in ways that they might not otherwise. Number 2, let's look for opportunities to create shared products. Now, shared products is sometimes assumed with collaboration, but it's not always there. Have you been part of a learning experience where students come together and they're all sharing ideas and students are maybe assigned jobs and they're kind of working it out. They're doing this cognitive struggle together, but then they all go their own separate way and they produce their own product or they do their own individual work. That's great. But they should also look for an opportunity to have a shared product where they come together and they do that productive struggle, but they each have their own way of contributing to that product. Here's the last one, number 3. Let's look for opportunities to create experiences where students have that joint reasoning. Now, we were just talking about that idea of coming together and having productive struggle. That should also be intentionally built into the learning experience. Now, we can break all of this down and think about ways that these things can stand apart, right? You've all been part of things where you have to have shared resources, but there's no real collaboration there. You've all been part of things where we have a shared product, like you do slides 1 through 5 and I'll do slides 6 through 10 and we stand and present it together. Well, that's a shared product, but there's no collaboration there. And again, you've seen things where there's joint reasoning with no shared product and no design constraints. Well, maybe we just come together and we share ideas, but then all students go their own individual ways and create their own work. So what we're talking about here is this idea of blending all 3 of these components together where we have intentional constraints on the assignment. We're asking kids to share resources. We're asking kids to take turns. We're asking kids to plan for their broader learning community. They're sharing a product. They're creating something together that they can say is uniquely theirs for the whole community. And they're also engaged in joint reasoning, that idea of productive struggle. So those are 3 ways that you can engage in high-level collaboration. Now, here's a great tip. Our digital lesson library, we call Trails, is built around that concept. So when we're designing collaborative learning experiences, we're building them in that way. So if you're looking for inspiration about where to find examples of this kind of collaboration, you'll see it in Trails. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next week.